Good morning, everybody. This is Jay Ellison with Echo Benefit Solutions. And this morning I'm talking to Lizzie Walker from Bright Star Chiropractic. And she's not the chiropractor, but he wouldn't be in business without her. She can't
Well
say that,
said.
but I will. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about 3 things you need to know or might not know or never had thought to ask about chiropractic care. So, and we had a talk, we came up with some questions we thought might be useful, stuff I didn't know before I started going. So it's good information, hopefully.
Yes.
So so the first thing we want to talk about, so what should your goal be for seeking chiropractic care? Like why would you do that?
So most oftentimes when we have a patient come in, the reason they're coming in is because they're in pain, which is pretty common. You call your doctor when you're in pain, and most oftentimes our patients, their back hurts, they give us a call and they come in. And while we can treat your pain and we want to alleviate pain, we don't want patients to leave still in pain. We have a goal, and that's to treat what is causing the pain. So the best analogy is the iceberg model. So, you have your iceberg and you see the tip of the iceberg, and then there's a whole other level of it underneath the water. So the tip of the iceberg is pain. What's underneath the water is what's causing that pain. So pain is a symptom, and you can treat symptoms all day long, but they're going to keep coming back. And when you come in for chiropractic care, especially at Bright Star Chiropractic, Dr. Seb's main goal is to treat what's causing the pain. So we look for underlying issues. Why is this happening, and what can we do to fix it? And I think that's what kind of sets chiropractic apart from all other medical fields, is that when you come in, we want to stop this in its tracks. We want to attack it and make sure it's not something that just keeps cycling through your life. It does take work, but it has work with progress, and you get a result at the end of it.
Mute button. It does seem like when you go to a regular doctor that the first instinct is to throw pills at you, and
Yep.
and not to disparage traditional medicine or medication, because sometimes medication is required.
Oh, yeah.
But like when you only have 2 tools in your toolbox, you tend to
Mm-hmm.
use them rather than send out for other people's tools.
Yeah.
So I've been to the VA system, and all too often it's pills, physical therapy, and that doesn't really solve root problems,
Right.
get to the root of it, like you're talking about. And I think that's
Yeah, it treats the
spot on.
symptom. And truthfully, that's how I ended up here. I started as a patient before I actually came on board as staff. And I had issues with my back. And I knew if I went to the doctor, I was only 22 at the time, they'd kind of maybe order me some imaging, give me some pain meds, and then kind of send me out the door. There wasn't ever a game plan as far as what are we going to do to make sure this stops happening.
Yeah. And then obviously you can't just show up one time, get adjusted, and go off on your way. I mean, I know the first time I went, I had a degenerating disc in my neck from slamming my head into things, especially in the Army for a long time. And yeah, Dr. Seb read my x-rays and looked at me like, what did you do? Like that's disconcerting when it's your x-ray, but I used to get a real bad pinched nerve, like just like migraine level bad.
Oof.
I came in first time to have him do the adjustment, and I've never had it again. So, but I don't go just once,
Right.
but 52 years old, there's all kinds of stuff that doesn't work right anymore, unfortunately. So, maintenance is pretty key to keeping everything moving. So if you could speak to that.
Absolutely. And that's a huge aspect that I think it's honestly one of the most misconceptions we hear about chiropractic, is that once you start going, well, oh, then I'm going to have to keep going forever, or I can't just go in once. But medication, it's the same thing. Do you take ibuprofen one time and expect to never have an issue ever again?
You don't go to
No.
the you don't go to the gym just one time. I mean, like,
Exactly.
yeah.
And that's kind of the same thought processes. You have to work at it. If you want to live an overall healthy lifestyle and you want to kind of alleviate your pain and do what's best for your body, you have to kind of treat your body with respect. And one of the best analogies, I love analogies, as you can see, is the thought of how you get your tires aligned. So you take your car in for maintenance and you get your whole entire car aligned. And the whole purpose of it is that it makes your car run smoother and function better. So if you take that and you apply it to your body as well, having an aligned spine is one of the best things you can do for your body because it does produce overall better function and overall health, but you have to maintain it and you have to continuously work on it. If you start a diet, you don't just do the diet for one day and expect to drop weight. You have to continue with it. You have to work at it and make it a part of your lifestyle. And that's why maintenance is one of the most important parts, is that you want to maintain all of that work. You want to keep yourself in alignment, and our bodies tend to naturally fall out of it just because of the era we're in. I mean, we mostly sit at computers and sit at a desk all day doing this. I mean, I even catch myself, and I work here, and Dr. Sev will come in and I'm like at the computer, like typing away furiously. And I have to remind myself to sit up straight.
Yeah, it's like I the first time I heard now I think it's an analogy. We'll go with it.
I love those.
Is that sitting is the new smoking? And I'm like, okay, no, it's not. But in a sense, I mean, we're not really designed to
No.
sit on our butts all day. And between sitting down at a desk and then the iPhone humpback,
Tech neck.
oh yeah, I mean, you see where they put a camera on? They made a hat with a camera on people's heads so they can see where they're going while they're looking down at their phone.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of the signs.
That's a little wild. Yeah. Well, I feel like humans are meant to flow. We're meant to do a variety of things. We're meant to stand up, sit down, travel, move. And, sometimes people have jobs where they stand too much and they have back problems, or they sit too much and they have back problems. So it's important to find a healthy balance with it.
Well, in the back injuries and things like that are not just from car accidents or, bro, I lifted too much, bro, stuff like that. It's just wear and tear. And it can use your body in a lot of ways. And sitting with bad posture and staring at a screen all day, super bad.
It creeps up on you.
It's bad for you. I mean, and I don't think that's really arguable. People just, they blow it off because they don't want to deal with it. So, but
well, it just doesn't happen overnight. You don't wake up one morning and you're like, it feels that way, but you're not like, oh my gosh, my right leg is tingling. How did it happen? It probably started as a slow progression. It took you a while to get that way. It might take a little longer to make some progress, but it's definitely obtainable.
No, I'm a big standing desk fan. So that, and I don't like sitting still. So it works out well. But yeah. All right. And then, so backs and necks, my neck, my back, the rest I won't out loud, so we know that part you go to the chiropractor for. So I told you it was informal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But what, I was really surprised, like what else you can benefit from. So I'd blow their mind with that.
Yeah. And that was one of the things that kind of took me aback when I first started getting into the chiropractic field. I'm a CA, which is a chiropractic assistant. So I see a lot and do a lot within the clinic. And it was amazing to me to hear what people were coming in for and what they were having chiropractic help with, what issues they were doing. We treat pregnant women, which I had no idea that was even a possibility, but it's actually a very safe and recommended possibility for pregnant women.
I wish I had known about that, because I have
it saves people a lot of pain. Yeah, I mean, think of the body pain you're having. Yeah, like obviously it's going to throw some things out of whack, but we've even had patients come in for toe issues, and there's an adjustment for a toe. But when I dug a little deeper, I actually had to do some research, because we put together newsletters each month for our clinic. And one of the newsletters we did was how chiropractic can help with your digestive system. And when me and Dr. Sev were kind of brainstorming that article, I was very, I don't want to say skeptical, because obviously he knows what he's talking about.
I think it's natural to be skeptical. Not that Dr. Sev doesn't know what he's doing. Obviously he does.
Right.
Wicked smart. But but it's not a logical connection until you flash back to high school or college anatomy and physiology and stuff, and you realize that there's nerves connected to everything that help
Exactly.
regulate all the systems of your body. So there's nerves that go to your intestines, your stomach, your liver, all these things. And if the root connection to them is squished, stuff's not going to work right, because the fiber optic cable that's sending the signal to them is got a kink in it. Like,
Exactly. And that's exactly what he was saying. And I apparently missed that day in science class, but when we
yeah,
talked about it, it made so much sense for those exact reasons. You know, your spine is like the motherboard. It houses your central nervous system, which has a huge factor in all that your body does. So
yeah,
it can help with just so many things like digestive issues, but we can also go outside of the spine. We can help with shoulder injuries. We just had a patient come in and she did a treatment plan with us. It was over the course of 90 days. And when she had first come in, she was at the point where she was ready to get surgery. She's tried physical therapy, she's tried yoga, she's tried exercising, a whole vast of other options. And we were able to help her overcome that. And now she's feeling great and doesn't feel held back anymore. And another thing that I personally see Dr. Seb for is TMJ pain. So I'm a jaw clencher. So as my life gets more stressful, my jaw tightens up and I just get just this horrible ache right in here. And the first time it happened, I asked him about it. He's like, well, here, let me take a look. It was super painful. It really hurt, but he was able to get it under control. And now I don't struggle with it as much because I have somebody who can assess it. And again, like I said, even working here and being in the chiropractic field, I would have never thought, oh, I'm having TMJ pain. Let me call my chiropractor.
yeah.
So
No,
it's just really interesting information.
yeah. I mean, it's like you kind of reconnect with how all those things work, and it really makes sense in the end. You just have to have somebody like that to explain it to you. So,
Exactly.
so you've gone from skeptical patient to now you're a chiropractic assistant, and you also do what's your marketing position title? There's the name for it that's
The
escaping.
fancy title is clinic coordinator. Wearer of many hats. But truthfully, one of the first things I said when I met Dr. Seb and came in for an appointment, because I did start as a patient, was I sat down at the desk across from him and was like, I don't want you to crack my neck because I know all of those crazy things that happened and I'm very skeptical of this. So prove me wrong. And I like kind of crossed my arms and challenged him and was just blown away. I mean, I went through a treatment plan and it's done amazing things for my life from a patient perspective.
Yeah. Well, the Army, when I was still in, like, it was not a thing. Like, the Army, they didn't pay for it. They didn't recommend it. You could get disqualified from certain disability things if they found out you were going.
Oh, wow.
You know,
I didn't
so
know that.
it was messed up. And then gradually they embraced it, you know, when I had like 2 years left. And and I went to made an appointment and went in and mega skeptical. And then I'm in the doctor's office and I'm looking on the walls and it's all pictures and certificates and thank yous from all of the special forces and airborne, the people that jump out of airplanes for a living. And those people have serious back and knee problems.
Imagine.
You're jumping with, 100 pounds of luggage and slamming into the earth. Your body's not, it's not good for you. And they all were huge fans. Like, all right, I'm less skeptical. And then he did his thing and like, that was it. I'm out. I'm a fan.
And it's becoming more and more accepted in the healthcare industry because of the benefits of it. There's so many benefits and it can become such a preventative. And I think that's what people are starting to realize, especially insurance companies, or like you said, like the VA and things like that. There was a time where it was not even considered to be covered under insurance, but most insurance policies do cover active treatment at least, and some even cover wellness.
Yeah. So if you have questions about whether your insurance covers this or not, or you're under 65, Medicare, employer coverage, I can help you with that. And then I'll put y'all's contact info on the screen here when I'm done and edit everything. And then you mentioned earlier that they can get a free consultation.
Absolutely.
For them.
Exactly. One of the points we want to make is not just for ourselves as a practice, but for chiropractic as a whole.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are skeptical of it. So Dr. Stubb is always willing to do consultations. If you want to ask questions about chiropractic, if you're scared or you're feeling skeptical and kind of want more answers or a deep dive into your personal health, he will gladly do that. We will set up the time and it's free.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Lizzie. And
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
I'm super happy to share this, because I think if we can just get a couple of people who are on the fence about trying it, I think they'll be, it's life changing.
Absolutely.
To not
Agreed.
be in
Yeah.
pain all the time. So
Changed
thank.
my life. So
Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, have a great day, and we'll talk.
yes,
We'll talk
thank
about it
you.
soon.